My name is AJ Arroyo, and for the better part of a decade, I've owned and operated a baseball training company that has scaled to train thousands of athletes all over the country, from the youth level all the way up to the big leagues. I have personally launched 3 facilities myself, and I've helped coaches all over the country launch and scale their facilities and online operations. So I'm very, very confident when I tell you that there are only 3 models in this game right now for coaches to choose from to scale their businesses, but only one of them is truly profitable and truly worth your time. Model number 1 is simply renting space. This model is definitely not scalable. Think about this as like the Planet Fitness of baseball facilities. There's essentially just somebody up at the front desk who can actually check people in, but there's no coaching really going on in this model. This model is almost going extinct by now because it's just not scalable. This may be more of a tax write-off for some coaches who are interested in doing something like that, but generally most coaches, most real coaches who want to make an impact in a player's life, they wouldn't invest into a model where people just come and rent space because there is no coaching really being involved in that sector. Option number 1 is just the Rent Me facility. Option number 2 is where most coaches are right now. So in this option, what you'll see is a mixture of option number 1 and actually option number 3. But because they can't make a decision, they get stuck in what I call lukewarm number 2. So in option number 2, what you'll see is coaches who are trying to provide some type of player development inside the facility. Usually this is 1099 contractors coming and providing their own service inside the facility where everybody's kind of doing their own thing. There's some type of a margin split with every coach that's on the floor, just like you right now, usually 60-40, 70-30, something like that. But there's no actual core system for player development where athletes can come and get better at the thing. So all they're doing at this point in time is just buying packs of lessons, discounted lessons, and then usually because the facility actually doesn't make any money, now they have to go out and try to scale memberships. These memberships are cage rentals. And the reason why they do that is because nobody actually wants to buy the player development thing because it's just random lessons. They have to try to then scale really cheap commodity offers like cage rentals. So they try to get some teams in there, they try to get some dad coaches in there, and then they offer it at a very low cost because you can find one of those facilities on every single corner. There's literally nothing special about them. And because of this, they have to charge an extremely low price and just do a commodity offer like everyone else. Think about this from the customer's perspective. If I know that I can find this at every other facility, I'm just going to go to the cheapest facility. I'm going to go to the place where I can rent the cheapest cage. I'm going to go to the place where I can get the cheapest lessons because I'm not very serious about player development anyways. I'm just going to send my son there whenever he goes 0 for 4. Obviously, even the coaches on that end, they can't even make an impact in the athlete's life now because you're just doing random lessons. And we all know that that's not really going to be scalable either. You don't have a predictable revenue stream. You can't actually predict what's going to be happening next month because nobody's on a reoccurring payment model. Your revenue goes like this: hot times of the season, cold times of the season. That sucks for both you and the athlete. So number 2 is where most coaches actually reach out to us to help them scale into option number 3, which is the most scalable option by far. Option number 3 is an elite player development model. This is the model that I have ran for the better part of a decade, and it is by far the most scalable because 1, you're not overpaying for staff. 2, you actually have to learn how to market, get leads, and sell yourself as the CEO, as the founder. And 3, your staff is actually providing your system, your player development systems, which means the customer who is coming to pay for training from you is going to be on a recurring revenue model. Now, inside this model, what they're actually paying for is your systems. They're paying for your brand, the unique thing that you have to give to the marketplace. This isn't just some marketing tactic. It's better for the athlete. In this point in time now, instead of the athlete paying $100, $150, $200 an hour for one-off hitting sessions, instead what they'll pay is a few $100s up front to train with you way more often for less money for them, but you get predictable income. You can actually make a real impact in the athlete's life, and you're not bogged down hoping that a random 1099 or a random coach on the floor is actually going to build your business because that's not their job. And unfortunately, most facility owners expect that. They bring on ex-players and other coaches who might have bigger names in the community, and they just hope that these other coaches will fill the cages with athletes that they know. And then they think that that 60-40, 70-30 split's going to take care of the facility, but it doesn't. So then what do? In option number 2, they actually have to go out and try to get teams. They have to go out and try to fill the house somehow, and it becomes a miserable existence. And option number 3, you're unique to the market. You provide more value for actually less money to the customer, but you make more upfront. Coaches are more fulfilled. They're providing your player development systems on an hourly wage that they actually earn through you as the CEO, as the founder. It's the most scalable, streamlined model that there is. And here's the cool part. Once you actually do this, you get good at it, you learn how to brand it, you learn how to market it, you have a really good offer, you take it to the market, you do the same thing online. At the end of the day, everybody wins. Coaches are more fulfilled. You're more fulfilled. You work less but make more money, and on the back end, your athletes actually get way better results because they have to show up on a consistent basis on a monthly membership reoccurring model where they're guaranteed to actually get results as long as they show up. This is the model that wins, and this is why people reach out to us. For the last 4 years, I've consulted with private coaches renting cage space and coaches launching their first facility. I've helped facility owners launch and scale their current operations, multi-million-dollar operations at that. For the last 4 years, this is what we've done. But instead of just doing consulting now, what we did is we built an entire license program where we license all of our business infrastructure, how we get leads, how we sell. We license all of our player development systems, and we help coaches who are stuck in option number 2, and we help you scale from 2 to get into 3, and then we help you scale it from there. So if you're interested in getting out of option number 2 and getting into option number 3, the elite player development model, all you have to do is go down in the description, click the link, check out what we have to give to you, and go ahead and book a call with our staff.